I don't know why ain't nobody talking about when Carson Daly went to them Diddy parties. Because Carson Daly did go to them Diddy parties. No different than Ashton Kutcher.
Damn. Okay.
No different than Hype Williams. Why don't nobody want to talk about Hype Williams? Usually if I send a shout out to somebody, people start really kicking things up. But it's almost as if Hype is like living under some wheat germ grass.
It seems like your message got cut off. Could you please share the full transcript you'd like me to rewrite?
Everyone that was not my color believed me. It was my people that needed convincing. If someone like the Diddler is your hero, then you should hurry up and go to hell with him. If someone like Jay-Z is your hero, then, just be glad you're not talented so he could sacrifice you like he tried to do me, and he succeeded with Aaliyah. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Or for Justin Bieber alone.
Now, Carisha and Rick Ross just sat down together at an interview.
I know. Two Diddy doo-wop bops. What a reunion.
In a recent interview with Real Life Productions, she revealed shocking details about what really happened at Diddy's white parties. Many attendees have shared disturbing experiences that highlight just how unsettling these events were.
Say they went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. He's literally walking in there, not thinking. Seriously, but the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody's been hearing these whispers. Where is Tyson Beckford right now? And why is nobody talking about how after his stint at Russell Simmons and Diddy parties in the Hamptons, he went into pure addiction and now it's just disappeared. He's not acting. What is Tyson Beckford doing? He was one of the biggest figures in the modeling world.
The most surprising part is that she suggested these parties might be linked to dark spiritual rituals and even MK Ultra. It's a lot to take in, and it raises serious questions about what was really going on.
A lot of people that end up at these wild parties and in these wild ceremonies, because see, everyone's thinking freak off, freak off, freak off, but what you're not thinking is ritualistic human sacrifice.
Right.
Whether or not you're offering up your sexuality or offering up your life force, it's energy, it's transfer. So for Whitney Houston to be unalived in that hotel room, and for him to wait to start the party right as her spirit was completely leaving her.
Wow.
Says a lot.
This situation goes much deeper than it seems. Adult star Sienna Grace recently opened up about her experience at a birthday party for Diddy's son, Christian, held at Diddy's mansion. She described the gathering as small and intimate, with familiar faces like French Montana, Jordan Woods, and a few guys from Bad Boy Records in attendance. When Diddy arrived to present his son's birthday cake, Sienna noticed he seemed distant and kept to himself. She also shared some interesting insights about how Hollywood stars signal their interest in someone. According to her, celebrities often indicate who they're interested in by giving them something like a jacket or a sweater, marking that person as off-limits to others for the night.
And Jack, what I was gonna say was, and even in the Piers Morgan interview, he was asking about what happens at these parties. We've seen visual evidence to where, again, Nature Boy is locked up for life. but he himself had visual evidence of him wanting to take advantage of a woman or make love or whatever he wanted to call it while other women are dancing in the ritualistic dance around him.
These are all spiritual seances. You gotta understand these are practices that have been around long before they started choreographing society. We're talking about thousands and thousands of years. Things were happening here. It wasn't until the past 500 years that the world has gotten caught up into such wild, like nothing. Oh no, that's not real. That's fake. That's not real.
Programming though, they started
Very
giving
much
us
so. MK Ultra. Cloning. Whether they're cloning consciousness or literally cloning physical body, and now we know they're capable of doing both.
Talia Grav, sitting beside her attorney Gloria Allred, alleges that in 2001, when she was just 25, Diddy and his former bodyguard Joseph Sherman assaulted her at the Bad Boy Records studio. She expressed that this experience has left her emotionally scarred.
James Cruz and Hard Pierre always been Diddy's flunkies, especially Hard Pierre. That's why he's being sued right now too by one of his assistants and stuff like that, because I guess he learned from his boss. But James Cruz used to work for 50, but he worked for Diddy first. So them niggas was always scumbuckets, man.
Right. But speaking of Harvey Pierre, how do you feel about him getting accused of sexual assault?
Like I said, anything that has to do with those those people have to prove that. But are they capable? Yeah, they're capable. Look at the atmosphere. They in the music industry, they in the music business. They set up those type of,
In a lawsuit filed on Tuesday in New York, Talia claims she was lured to the studio under false pretenses. She alleges that her drink was spiked, causing her to pass out. When she regained consciousness, she says she found herself restrained and being brutally assaulted by Diddy and his bodyguard. Talia has described suffering from flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts since the incident.
They learn the tricks of the trade. For instance, guys don't put those pills that they get to the girls in the champagne bottles because they popping them in front of them. Most of those girls, especially if they like mixed drinks, you understand, they see the bottles when they open them. And they trying to keep their eyes on it because they don't want to get no kind of put in their system. But what they don't understand is in the orange juice and it's in the cranberry juice. Those girls who like the mixed drinks, you understand what I'm saying? They gonna pull their own sexual act because they don't understand it ain't in the bottles, it's in the juice. Those guys.
In 2023, Talia discovered that the incident had been recorded and that the footage had been shared with multiple people, including the defendants. This revelation has added to her distress over the years.
The woman was visibly emotional during the news conference as she recounted a horrific and violent assault.
The internal pain after being sexually assaulted has been incredibly deep and hard to put into words.
Combs is currently facing at least 10 similar lawsuits and remains in custody while awaiting trial on human trafficking and racketeering charges. It's a complex and troubling situation.
But before this interview, you was telling me that a female reached out to you about a sex tape?
Yeah. It may not have been a year ago, it may have been close to a year, 9 months, something like that, a year. It was about, I don't know, was it a year? It's 6 months to a year. I forget about it because we just had a brief conversation for about like a week or so. You know, like she'll call me one day and then we'll talk a little bit. Then I'll get back with her, then she'll call me back. She was trying to find out information and everything like that. But I really couldn't help her, bro. You understand? And then she told me the guy's name. She said, Gene, I know it wasn't you. She told me her credentials. She said, Gene, I went to college. I come from a reputable family. I live in, out your way, where you at. And she said that, do I know this bodyguard named Big Joe? And I said, why, what's going on? And then she told me about that she had heard about this tape floating around, Puffy, ex-A in her, sexually assaulted her. And I was like, wow. And I couldn't say anything because I know the parties and stuff like that. But I told her, I said, yo, I can't give you Joe's number, but I'll get in touch with him or whatever, best way I could. So I got...
The Talia Graves case is really important, and it's something everyone should pay attention to. It appears that Diddy may have been blackmailing her with a tape. Before we dive deeper into this interview, you mentioned something about it. Can you share more?
I got in touch with Joe and I told him what the lady said, and he just said that she didn't know anything about it, and that it was felonious. So then the lady had told me she didn't want Joe, she just wanted a copy of the tape so she could bring charges up on Puff. So I said to her, he said that no tapes exist, that tape doesn't exist. You understand? So I gave her that information, I let Joe know, I let her know, and that was basically it.
Do you believe the tape exists?
What I believe and what I know is two different things. I was told, when it's a word around town, that the tape exists. I never saw the tape. I never, know anybody who say they saw the tape. See, what happens is that, man, when you have a certain status in Harlem, you are privy to a lot of information, or you're privy to stuff that happens in the street. And there was information in the streets that a tape like that existed. How true it was, I don't know, because I don't look for that stuff. I'm not trying to find that. And that's what it was.
What's on the tape?
I heard it was enough on the tape that people could blackmail.
Many celebrities have talked about their experiences at Diddy's famous parties, but the specifics about his alleged wild activities are still mostly a mystery. In a 1999 interview with Entertainment Tonight, Diddy acknowledged the excitement and attention his parties generated.
Parties are the hottest ticket around.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You gonna hear about my party. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time. Whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but break it down racial barriers, break it down generation barriers. People from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together.
Diddy was open about his party hosting skills. In a 2002 appearance on Late Night with Conan O'Brien, he shared that to throw a great party, you need beautiful women. He made it clear that this is a key element for success.
This is what you need to do. Women, beautiful women, of course.
Beautiful women.
Beautiful men for the ladies, of course.
Wouldn't it be better if there weren't beautiful men there? There were just a lot of beautiful women and then just the guy?
No. You have to make. There's enough ladies to go around. You have to make the ladies, give the ladies what they need too. You have to take care of your women.
Take care of the ladies. Okay,
ladies,
gotcha. That's good.
Can't force the situation.
Right. What about?
Over the years, many famous people have shared their stories about Diddy's parties. For instance, Ashton Kutcher mentioned in a 2019 interview on Hot Ones that he has some unforgettable memories from those gatherings, but he decided to keep most of them private, saying, "Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell."
You can't force a square peg into a round hole.
That's the story of my life, my friend.
Okay, you need that.
I wish you had told me that a long time ago.
Well, I'm here now, brother. It's not too late.
What about like celebrities? You have a lot of celebrities
Okay,
at your.
first you have to listen. I'm giving you the menu, okay? Let's just take things slow, okay? Okay, it's all right. He's learning. He's learning,
and I'm slow.
Yes.
I'm very slow.
Check it out. This is my man. We go way back, but he hasn't told y'all that. We'll talk about that later.
We go way back.
Way back. But check this out.
When was that, by the way? we'll get to that later. All right.
Okay. Now, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just different blend. You need the ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
Ashton Kutcher described his relationship with Diddy as quite unusual. It all started when Diddy challenged him, saying he couldn't prank him on Punk'd. After that, they became close friends and even spent time together watching football. Khloe Kardashian also offered a glimpse into one of Diddy's parties during an August 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, asking, "So, who were you with this weekend?"
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world.
Yo, what the did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid.
Usher shared a more personal take on his experiences living with Diddy as a teenager. In a 2016 interview on The Howard Stern Show, he described that time as quite wild, though he admitted he didn't grasp everything happening around him. When asked if he would let his own kids attend one of Diddy's parties, Usher firmly said, "Hell no," and he had good reason for that, given the allegations surrounding Diddy.
I'm a music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not gonna speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear it?
Bro, you know how people be talking and who's around.
Additionally, Usher revealed that he faced some serious health issues during that time, even requiring a hospital visit due to alleged sexual misconduct.
I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard it, and that's what happened. And that's just, that's something that...
50 Cent has been clear about his choice to stay away from Diddy's parties. In a July 2023 interview with a Hollywood Reporter, he said, "I've been very vocal about not going to Puffy's parties. I've stayed out of that for years because there's an uncomfortable energy connected to it." He even shared an awkward moment when Diddy invited him shopping, which 50 Cent found odd, saying that's something a man might suggest to a woman. On a lighter note, Cat Williams took a humorous stance on avoiding Diddy's parties in a January interview.